Court does call the case. People versus Edward LaRue.
We're ready in that matter, Your Honor.
Just appearing on behalf of people.
Good morning, Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Edward LaRue. Mr. LaRue, please state your name for the record.
Edward Robert LaRue.
I have before me a plea form. It indicates that the defendant would be pleading guilty to an added count to the malicious use of a telecommunication service. That's a 6-month, maximum 6 months incarceration, $1,000 fine. Upon his successful guilty plea to that charge, count 1 would be dismissed. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement, counsel.
That is our understanding as well, Your Honor.
Mr. LaRue,
Yes, Your Honor.
please raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name again for the record.
Edward LaRue.
All right, sir, it is this, you can put your hand down. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of malicious use of a telecommunication service. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 6 months incarceration or $1,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Plead guilty, sir.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
I understand.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
I will be upon release. I believe I have 24 months probation for my domestic violence case.
All right, let me ask you this. On the date of July 24, 2023, were you on probation?
No.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead to this charge?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
And also because you believe that you're guilty of this offense, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
July 24, 2023, at the location of 2201 Hogback Road, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. What did you do that makes you think that you're guilty of this offense?
There were several phone calls I made from the jail to the victim on my domestic violence case, Amy Burberry, that could be seen as discouraging showing up for court to dismiss my case. So that's why I'm pleading guilty.
All right.
Nothing threatening or intimidating, but maybe discouraging.
All right. But in doing so, you were doing so in a way to harass her, in a way to make a decision. Isn't that correct?
I wouldn't say to harass her, but we did have a no contact order.
All right.
Mr. LaRue, we're trying to put pressure on her not to come to court. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. All right. Counsel, have I complied with the court ruling? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Defense is satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 14A1 probation. Sentencing in this matter will be
September 18th at 12 p.m.
September 18, 2023, 12 p.m. That is before me. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Yeah, Judge, I just want to address one thing because I want to make sure the victim knows that her voice is being heard. She does want the no contact order lifted. She's not here today. I did want to tell the court that. However, I think that's something that would be more, we should approach at sentencing because there's a no contact order still in the 14A1 case. But I did want to make mention to the court so that she knows that her voice is being heard today.
All right. Very good. Okay. I will note that.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
Thank you. Court does call the case. People versus Isel Nellen.
Nicole
We're
Hughes on
ready
behalf
now.
of the people.
We're ready in that matter.
All right.
Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Nellen, who appears from the Washtenaw County Jail.
Mr. Nellen, can you state your name, please?
Isaiah Mellon Jr.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for the probable cause conference. My client respectfully requests that this matter continue to preliminary examination. We're going to ask for 2 weeks and some investigation that we need to do in order to be properly prepared.
Okay, I have the 12th or the 19th. Which would you prefer?
The 19th would be best.
All right, any objection from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination will be set September 19th, 2023, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Freshour.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond will continue.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Yanesia or Yasina, maybe, Cox.
Yes, that's me.
Alex Chabalowski for the people.
Andrew Banis, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Ms. Cox. Ms. Cox, could you state your name, please?
I'm Yesenia Cox.
Do you have a camera, ma'am?
I do. 1 second.
More than a second. Just saying.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I have an after. So my bad.
No, it's okay. Okay. No, you're doing good. Just do it. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, Ms. Cox is waiving her right to a preliminary examination for hopeful resolution up in circuit court. I believe she is HIDA eligible with prosecutor consent, but in short, she's waiving her exam.
But the prosecutor's consent is not part of the waiver at this point. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's not, there's no agreement at this time.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Cox, you've heard what your counsel's indicated, that you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination.
That's correct.
All right, you understand that that is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
I understand.
And you understand you'll not have that proceeding and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
I understand that.
People also waive their right.
Yes.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on all 3 counts. Mr. Banis.
Your Honor, I acknowledge receipt of the information. Ms. Cox waives formal reading and stands mute to the charges.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter a not guilty plea. Pre-trial in this matter will be set
October 5th at 1:30 p.m. with Judge Slade Thursday.
October 5th, 2023, 1:30 before Judge Slade Thursday. All right, bond will continue. All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
I have a question.
Okay,
Is it possible to postpone that by a week or so or not?
you can talk to your counsel and he'll have to do something in circuit court. That's the only date we have for Judge Slade on Thursday. So you have to talk to counsel and he'll be able to probably work that out with the court up there.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The court does call the case.
Sandra White on behalf of Alicia Williams. Miss Williams, can you state your name?
Oh, hold on. He was unfrozen. Now they're frozen again. All right, I'll pass it again. Oh, yes. Well, hold on. You shut the video.
No.
Oh, something happened. Okay, I'll pass it. And as soon as they can get him back, we'll deal with it.
Okay.
Court calls the case. People versus Jason Hernandez.
Alex Chabalowski for the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Mike Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Hernandez.
Mr. Hernandez? You have it.
No. he-
Your Honor, I was on the phone with Mr. Hernandez 11 minutes ago and gave him the Zoom information. If Your Honor might consider passing this matter, I can see if he's having trouble logging in.
Really, Giddy? I'm an hour in, hour and a half in, and he's having trouble.
Stickers today.
I know. Now I'll give him one pass.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will call him immediately.
That's shocking that I'm doing that. Court recalls the case, People versus Alicia Williams.
Nimish Ganatra for the people.
Third time's the charm. Sandra White on behalf of Alicia Williams. Ms. Williams, can you state your name for the record?
Alicia Williams.
We just have to find out where that Wi-Fi works in the jail. Okay, yeah. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we would like this matter set for preliminary exam.
Preliminary exam in person will be set September 12th, 2023, 9 a.m. before Judge Burke. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus James Jones. Two cases.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
Andrew Banis, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of James Jones. Mr. Jones, could you unmute and state your name, please, sir?
James Jones.
So do you have a camera, sir? Oh, there you are. Okay. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I am asking for an adjournment. I think this PCC has been adjourned previously for the purpose of getting videos to my client for his review and then to determine how to proceed after that.
That objection, probable cause September 14th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond continued to vote.
Your Honor, could we address the community corrections violation?
Hang on. Is there one? Do I have one? I don't see, but go ahead.
Mine is dated August 24th, 2023. The defendant tested positive for THC on August 3rd and August 9th. He then missed his test on August 16th and missed his test on August 22nd. And community corrections sent us this violation.
You don't see that. So he tested positive for THC and then that. Okay, sir, do you have a medical marijuana card?
Not right now. I didn't think it was no problem. I just thought I couldn't drink. That was it.
Well, you can't use any substance.
Okay.
So you either have to have a card or you have to do that. You understand that?
Yes, I understand now, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to indicate the defendant, given circumstances, is admonished regarding his use of THC. No, and I'm going to indicate on the record and on the ROA, no THC without a card. So if we come back and it shows up or your levels increase, sir, then we're going to have a real problem. You understand that?
I hear you. Yes, sir.
No, you understand me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, how soon would you like him to get over to community corrections to make up for the fact that he hasn't been there and he's missed 2 weekly tests now?
Well, I ain't got no money until tomorrow, so I can make it tomorrow. That's why I missed the meeting. They said I couldn't drop if I ain't had $10.
Okay, so you'll have it, you get a check tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So he's to test within the next 5 days.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the cases, People versus Susan Stratman. 2 cases.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Alex Jablowski for the people.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor. Dan Garrett on behalf of Ms. Stratman. Ms. Stratman, please state your name.
Susan Strobman.
All right. And what are we doing?
Your Honor, just about 5 minutes ago, I got an email from Ms. Sample. Ms. Strotman has been accepted into the adult drug court treatment program with Judge Kunke. I was prepared to ask for an adjournment pending that answer. I am now prepared to waive her exams, but Your Honor, I do not have signed waiver forms. Is Your Honor willing to take her verbal waivers?
Yes, yes, I will.
Please.
I have a problem with that. All right, Ms. Strodman, have you just heard what your counsel indicated?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Preliminary exam, and that you're waiving your right in both cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
You do understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Correct.
And you understand that by waiving that proceeding, you'll not have that hearing and that you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Correct.
All right. People also waive their right.
Yes.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound in case ending in 1452, bound over to circuit court on counts 1 through 3 with 4. And on the other case is bound over to circuit court on count 1 with 2 and 3 following. Mr. Garrett.
Your Honor, on all matters, we'll waive formal reading, stand mute, ask for pretrial dates in the circuit court, please. And I would like to address bond at the appropriate time.
All right. Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute to all charges, court will enter a not guilty plea. So all counts. Before I say pretrial date, yes, as to bond.
Your Honor, as Your Honor probably remembers and can see in its file, Ms. Strodman was remanded at the last PCC date for a positive cocaine test, as well as not immediately enrolling in Dawn Farms. She understands the importance, of course, now of abstinence. She's committed to doing whatever Your Honor orders and all bond conditions. She does have a 16-year-old daughter at home that she's anxious to get home and take care of. And now, as Your Honor has heard, she's been accepted into the treatment program. So she's got every incentive in the world moving towards that sentencing to abide by bond and to abide by all testing moving forward.
What is the end date?
September 7th is the end date.
All right, good enough. But currently she doesn't have anything in place. Is that correct?
In what respect, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
In regard to any treatment and anything at this point, she doesn't.
Ms. Strowman, can you speak to that? Can you understand what the judge is asking you?
I do not understand. I'm sorry.
Are you in any treatment program or things that you have arranged for yourself to assist in your abstinence?
As of right now, I'm enrolled with Home of New Vision in therapy and have been trying to extend my services for treatment services as well.
Okay, here's the way I'm going to do it, and it may not make anybody happy, but I feel more comfortable doing it this way, given what has occurred. I'm going to deny your motion for the bond reduction and give her a quicker date before the court so that something can be put into place for her so that she doesn't fall off. And I feel more comfortable doing that. So I'm going to set pretrial in this case for September 7th, 2023 at 9.
1:30 with Judge.
I'm sorry, at 4:30.
1:30.
At 1:30. What's the date? Okay. September 7th, 2023, 1:30 before
Judge Slade.
before Judge Slay on Thursday. And I think she might be asking the same questions I'm asking regarding where you are. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your
Thank you, Your
Honor.
Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus George Dukes.
We're ready in that matter.
Apologies on behalf of the people.
Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing with and on behalf of Mr. George Dukes. Mr. Dukes, could you please state your name for the record?
George Dukes.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for the probable cause conference. Mr. Dukes respectfully requests to be allowed to waive his right to preliminary examination, and he'd like to have the matter of bond addressed briefly.
Mr. Dukes, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it.
Yes, sir.
You understand you'll not have that hearing, you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, sir.
People also waive their right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on the single count. Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. We acknowledge receive the information. We waive its reading on the record. My client will stand mute at this time.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. As to bond before I set the pretrial.
Your Honor, we spoke of this briefly last time. Mr. Dukes had been in the hospital, had missed his date before he could make it into court. He was at hospital and he took some food from the cafeteria and got into a struggle with the cafeteria person. He's asking that the court consider allowing him a personal recognizance bond. We are confident these matters can be worked out with Mr. Dukes having a positive outcome. He promises to return to all future court dates.
It sounds to me, and I remember the bond motion, there's nothing that's changed from the last time I denied it.
Well, no, Your Honor, nothing has changed.
All right. I don't need a response. Motion for bond reduction is denied.
Thank you.
He'll have an earlier pretrial date. Pretrial.
September 11th at 1:30 p.m. Judge Slade Monday.
September 11th, 2023, 9 a.m. before, or 1:30, excuse me. I don't know why I want to do that. 1:30 before Judge Slay Monday. Right.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond continue. Court calls the case of the people versus Eddie Wade.
Nicole Hughes on behalf of the people.
Zachary Ward on behalf of Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade, could you please unmute and state your name?
I got it. My name is Eddie Wade.
Thank you. What are we doing?
I'd be requesting adjournment. I just received discovery yesterday, and I'd ask Mr. Wade to call our office and update his phone number.
Probable cause conference, September 21st, 2023, 9 a.m. Where's your Zoom invite indicates. Bond will continue. Mr. Wade?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the public defender's office number?
I do. I just want to make a matter of the record that the officers in this case still has my phones, so I don't.
Sir, I don't want you to talk anything about the case, anything about any evidence. I don't want to hear any of that.
No, I was just speaking about my phone, sir.
Okay, but here's what I need you to do. I need you to call the public defender's office, give them a number that they can reach you, as well as an email address that they can reach you, whether that's your phone or not, but they need to get in contact with you. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You need to do that immediately after hanging up on this call.
I will.
Thank you. Bond will continue.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case. People versus Julia Devon Martinez.
Hey, buddy.
Julia Martinez.
Mr. Ganatra for the people.
They done. They just.
And Alex Warren Green on behalf of Miss Martinez. Miss Martinez, would you please state your name for the court?
Devin Julia Martinez.
Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. All right. Okay, what are we doing?
Your Honor, at this time, Miss Martinez would waive her right to a preliminary examination. I'd ask the court to bind the matter over to the circuit court for further proceedings.
All right. That's on both cases?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Martinez, you understand what a preliminary examination is?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that that proceeding, the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You understand you'll not have that hearing on either one of these cases and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, Your Honor. I was wondering if I may speak upon one other thing.
Miss Martinez, I think I know what you want to speak about, and I'll come and talk to you about that. I don't think we should put that on the record.
I would like to ask for a PR on the case that you're presiding upon or over, Your Honor, on account of my backed rent and as well as my phone situation that has been fixed and handled, and I will not miss another hearing at all. And I know that I'm fully confident that if you were to grant me.
And Ms. Martinez, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk about that until September 6th for the pretrial on that. I appreciate it, but I'll come and talk to you about that before that date, okay?
So he truly can. Like from his
I
mouth.
don't have that file in front of me. I just have these two in front of me. I realize you have other things, but this is the only file I have in front of me. These are the only two I have in front of me. And I'm trying to do the waiver on it.
If you're able, Your
Ms.
Honor,
Martinez.
you want to keep me? I would really like, I mean, I'm trying to.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ms. Martinez, I'd like for you to show up for court when you're supposed to. And repeatedly, time and time and time again, I've been dealing with you for the past. You telling me that you're going to come to court. You don't show up for court. I have to issue a warrant. We pick you up. I let you out before so that you could appear in court. And you didn't appear in court. And now you're asking me to change a bond on a case that I don't even have in front of me today. So to the extent that's a motion, that motion is denied. People waive their right.
I apologize.
Your Honor, we do waive our right on both cases. Thank you.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on the felony, on all three felony counts with the misdemeanors tailing along. Counsel as to the circuit court arraignment.
Ms. Martinez would stand mute and waive any reading, Your Honor.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea as to all counts. Pretrial will be set in each case.
September 11th at 1:30 p.m. Judge Slay, Monday.
September 11th, 2023, 1:30 before Judge Slay on Monday. Bond will continue in these matters.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Apologize.